Hi everyone, so it's been a little while since I last did a video upload. I think it was back on the 11th of January, and I've had a few people reach out and ask how I am and hope that I'm okay and why have I disappeared and that kind of thing. So I thought I'd best come on and give you a bit of an understanding of what's been going on and things like that. So if you are new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I lost weight on Mounjaro, and if you want to see how that journey went for me, I do have a playlist of weekly videos, mainly weekly videos. I think there was a couple where they pan together, but I've documented my whole journey losing weight with Mounjaro. And you can see it there, and it gives you an in-depth look into how all that went for me. There are some other videos as well, like extras and things like what I eat in a day and shopping hauls and try-on hauls and things like that as well. So there are a couple of different playlists that you can have a look at if you are new. But yeah, I've been AWOL for the last few weeks, and I've been off Mounjaro now for the last 6 weeks. So I wanted to jump on and let you know how everything's going, and like I say, everything that's been going on as well. So one of the main reasons I went quiet and didn't really have time to be uploading videos and recording anything was because I left my job. And the reason I left my job was because I got a new one. So I started last week. I'm just done my first day of my second week, and this job I think is going to be a lot better for my work-life balance. As most of you will know, if you have been following me for a while, I'm a single mum. I live at home with my little boy, and this being a work from home job should mean that I get to spend a little bit more time with him in the mornings and in the evenings and things, because I don't have that commute time. It's the same kind of job I was doing before, so I'm still working in finance, but it's a completely different kind of company. So yeah, I'm trying to get my head around all the new systems and the way that they do things in this new place, but so far so good, and we'll see how all that goes in the coming weeks. But as other things that have been going on is, yeah, just spending more time with my boy, and yeah, just living life. And obviously leaving my last job, I wanted to make sure that things were up to date before I left. I didn't want to leave them with a load of stuff to get on top of, because I literally left with 2 weeks notice because the new place wanted me to start sooner rather than later. So yeah, it's just been a manic few weeks. I went for a little weekend away with the girls a few weeks back as well to York, so that took up some time. But I literally this evening, so it's Monday night now, I thought I can't even remember what my weight was and everything on the last video and where I was up to. So basically, long story short, I'd got down. I'm just going to do the stones and pounds for this, but I will go into the pounds and kilos conversions in a second of the main bulk of it. But just in the way I always look at my weight in stones and pounds. It's just the way I was brought up and things. So I'd got down to 9 stone 5 pounds. At my very heaviest, I was 19 stone 5 pounds. So I lost a total of 10 stone, which is 140 pounds. Not sure what it is in kilos, but I'll put that underneath. So in total, that's how much I'd lost by the time we hit Christmas. When I first started Mounjaro, I was at 15 stone. So I'd already lost 4 stone 5 pounds. And then I lost the additional with the help of the amazing tool that is Mounjaro. And I do class it as a tool. So yeah, that's where I was at that point. And then after Christmas, I then put 2 pounds on. So in my last video, I spoke about how I put 2 pounds on over Christmas. And then the following week after that, which was technically my last week on Mounjaro, I stayed the same. And then I've been off it for the last 6 weeks. And honestly, I haven't gone on the scales religiously every week on the same day. I have pretty much got on every week, but just when I felt like it. So I have seen that my weight has sort of gone up and down. At one point, I went as high as 9 stone 10 pounds. And then I got on the scales on Friday and I'm back down to 9 stone 7 pounds, which is exactly what I was on the last video. So for the conversion side of that, my starting weight on Mounjaro, like I said, was 15 stone, which is 210 pounds or 95.2 kilos. I am now 9 stone 7 pounds, which is 133 pounds or 60.3 kilos. So in total, with the help of Mounjaro, I have lost a total of 5 stone 7 pounds or 77 pounds or 34.9 kilos. My BMI at the start of the journey on Mounjaro, which was on the 7th of November 2024, was 36, and I'm down to 22.8 because for reference, I am 5 feet 4 inches tall. So I'm more than happy with that. I called Target on week 42, I think it was, and I was 9 stone 10 pounds. So I'm only 3 pounds away from that. I am under it, and I'm fine with that. As long as I'm sort of around that weight, I'm happy. But for me, it's, and I've said this all along the journey, it's not really about the number on the scales, and especially not now. It's more about how my clothes fit, how I feel when I look in the mirror and things like that, because I never wanted it to be something that I fixated on as far as the number on the scales. I never wanted that to be so. I mean, it's amazing seeing that number come down, don't get me wrong, and I'm very happy that I'm in the 9 stone something bracket, and it is something that I do want to keep an eye on, especially with doing these videos. I think going forward I still will get weighed each week and come on, because that is the plan going forward. You're going to see a lot more of me. I am, now that I've got more free time with my new job, I am going to make sure that I take some time out to get these videos up, because I've missed it. I've missed you guys. I have a lot of comments to catch up on, and I'm really sorry if I do end up going back and just putting a heart on them, but there are a lot. But going forward from this video, I am going to try and respond to as many comments as I can, and do that on a daily basis, because I do have that little bit more free time now. But you know, I say these types of things all the time and then end up kicking myself because I feel like I overstretch myself. But because I love doing this so much and I have missed it so much, I think I need to prioritize a little bit of time each week and just maybe put a day to one side. I don't know what day it'll be yet. Probably won't be a Monday night going forward. It's just how it's fell this week. But I will try and make it a regular weekly slot in my diary that I will get something filmed and uploaded and put on here, because it keeps me motivated. I love hearing how all of you are getting on. I love the fact that you all communicate with each other as well. I just think we've got an amazing community here. So I do plan on sticking around and letting you know how things are going. And while we're talking about that, so as far as coming off Mounjaro, it's been, like I say, my weight's gone up and down. Everything's kind of gone up and down. So I would say the first week coming off it, didn't really feel much different. Still had very little food noise. My hunger suppression was still quite good. I would say it was the second and third week, so the 2 weeks after the first week, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I could have ate everything in sight. Food noise was back with a vengeance. I didn't feel as full as quick. Although saying that, there's no way I could eat the way I used to eat. And I was very in tune with the fact that I didn't want to eat as much as I used to eat, and that I was listening to my body, knowing when I felt full and knowing when to stop, you know, to put the knife and fork down and go, you're full, you don't really need to eat that much. And as far as food noise going, thinking about chocolates and sweets and crisps and all that kind of thing, and it's not something that really affected me to the point where I wanted to go and sort of binge out on anything, but I definitely did have extra treats that I wouldn't have had when I was fully on the medication. But those 2 weeks, I would say, were the hardest. The following 3 to 4 weeks after that, do you know what? I've been absolutely fine. I've had a couple of takeaways. I've had little treats now and again, but they are just treats, and it's definitely, I'm more mindful of how I eat, and like I say, listening to my body and all that kind of thing, and it's working. I hope it continues to work as well as it's doing, and that I can continue to stay within the weight bracket that I'm in, and like I said earlier, more so than that, stay in the clothes size that I'm in. So for reference, I am now a UK size 10. I think the last time I did a try on haul, I was a UK size 12, the dresses and things that I was getting, but I did feel like I could maybe get into a size 10. I am now definitely a size 10. So the jeans that I wear are size 10, the t-shirts that I wear are all a size small. I'm really into a company called Hell Bunny at the moment, and I've bought a couple of their dresses in a size small, which is classed as a UK size 10. So I'm in a size 10 dress as well, which I never thought I'd see the day. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with how everything's going. I'm loving the fact that so far so good with coming off the medication, and my plan going forward is to hopefully show that, you know, if it is something you want to give a go, then I hope that I can be proof of the pudding that it can be done. I understand that not everybody will be able to come off the medication, and it might be a lifelong thing for them, and I'm not ruling out that, you know, this for whatever reason might not continue to go the way it's going, and I may need the medication in the future and things like that. So my prescriber, I did have a conversation with them when I was coming off the medication, and it is something that I can go back onto if I feel that I need to. And I'm still in consultation with them. You know, I get emails from them and things like that checking in on me. So, but fingers crossed, it isn't something that I'm going to need to go back in on. It isn't something that I'm going to need to take again. And I do hope that I can show that, you know, I can do it without the medication. And I know a lot of people will say, well, why didn't you do it without the medication in the first place? And the honest answer is, I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't do it in the first place. When I've talked about losing weight previously on Slimming World, I've had questions about, well, why didn't you just do Slimming World again? And, you know, if you've done it with Slimming World, why did you feel the need for medication? I honestly think I got to the point where I'd lost the weight previous to starting the GLP-1. Before starting Mounjaro, I'd hit a brick wall, and my weight just seemed to go up and down, but drastically up and down. And I just felt like I needed something. And for me, food noise was the one big thing that I could not battle against on my own. And for me, Mounjaro was an absolute game changer with the food noise, and helped me massively with that. As far as I've had people say, you know, you lost the weight with Slimming World before, and why couldn't you just done that? And why didn't you keep the weight off if you'd lost it the first time round? Why do you think you're going to do it this time round? The honest answer is, and I could do a whole separate video on Slimming World, it didn't teach me. I personally, I know it works for a lot of people and has worked amazingly for a lot of people. I've got family members that have done fantastically. They are target members and have been for years on Slimming World, and it worked fantastically for them. It didn't for me. As soon as I lost the weight, I piled it back on again, because I just hadn't, and that's on me. It's not on Slimming World. It is on me that I didn't take on board the things I'd learned through Slimming World, and I just went off the rails and ended up piling weight back on. But the other thing is as well, what frustrated me with that kind of plan and that kind of diet plan, the goalposts change all the time. So with Slimming World, you have your sins and your healthy extras and your healthy A's and your healthy B's and your extra easy plan. And back when I was doing it, you had your red and green days and things like that. But 1 minute, something would be a free food, and then it'd be sinned, and then something would have so many sins in it, and then they'd change the recipe or whatever, and it'd end up with more sins or less sins. And now you could have this as a healthy A, and then the week after, no, you can't have that as a healthy A. That's just how it felt for me, and it was just too much to try and work out what I was doing, and the fact that there was an abundance of food that you could just eat as much as you wanted of, which I didn't like either. And I know that that's not the ethos really that they have, but that's how I felt about it at the time. We are going back many, many years ago. So for me, it didn't teach me about the right foods that I should be eating. Whereas this time round with the GLP-1, because I took so much time into researching it and looking at the fact that I should be prioritising protein to help with muscle mass and bone density and things like that, the fact that I wasn't eating enough fibre, and with my PCOS, so I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome, I know that I should have a lower carb diet, but working out for myself that meant that by prioritising protein and eating less carbs for me personally, and it doesn't work for everyone, and carbs are not the enemy by any stretch. I've never said that, and I never would. I do have carbs as part of my diet. I just have a minimal amount of carbs. But learning those things along the way has meant that now that I'm off the medication and I'm still following that healthy lifestyle, I have taken that into my life after Mounjaro, and so far so good. It seems to be working, and that's all I can say when people do question me on the fact that I gained weight back after Slimming World and things. And it is on me, a lot of it is on me. I didn't take on board the fact that to then sustain the weight loss and sustain the healthy lifestyle, I had to continue with the healthy eating. I had to continue with that way of life, and I didn't do it. But this time around, I'm a lot older, I'm a lot wiser, hopefully, and I have done that, and I am looking at what I'm eating and looking at my lifestyle, which I must say, I still definitely need to be doing more exercise. But again, with this new job, because I've got the extra time, which you're probably now thinking, my goodness, she's got this extra time, but she's filling it up with videos, this, that, and the other, spending time with a boy and exercising and everything. But honestly, the difference in not having to commute to work is going to be massive for me. So, and the fact that I'll have lunchtime at home and things, so I can do like half an hour's exercise at home if I want, or go for a walk or whatever else, where I didn't really have. I could go for a walk at work, but there'll be other things that I can do. I've got a gym around the corner, so it might be something that I do. I've got a swimming pool around the corner, so it might be something that I can do after work. Or, there's things. I'm excited about how I'm going to incorporate more exercise into my life as well, because I do still want to work on the body recomposition side of my weight loss. And, well, it's not really weight loss anymore. I'm at my target weight. It's more about staying within a size 10, UK size 10, and being happy with how I feel and feeling fit and healthy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to come on and let you know where I've been, and that I'm okay, and that I will be hopefully doing regular videos from now on and weekly videos. I do still hope that I can do 1 to 2 videos a week, but watch this space. I hope you're all well and having a fantastic 6 weeks or however long it's been. But let me know how you're getting on. Drop me a comment below and I will get back to you. And I'll see you in the next one, guys, which should hopefully be in a week or even less time than that. I'll probably get weighed again on Friday morning. I will definitely get weighed each week, just so I can come on here and let you know how I'm getting on. And it does help me to keep an eye on it. I just, over the last few weeks, haven't done it religiously on a certain date, but I think going forward it will help with the channel and doing these videos. But I'm starting to ramble now. I'm getting tired, and I've got another day of work tomorrow, so I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.